I was out of town when it happened, so I was able to put things together, structure things, definitely come to the community.
Well, first of all, this is the very brief time off that all NFL players have, so there's no need to be in Cleveland right now. The rookies, again, report on Friday.
Shedeur Sanders just blew Mary Cays' credibility to pieces. And the best part? He didn't even have to say a word. His actions did all the talking. While he was out there rebuilding a fire-hit community, she was busy acting like charity is a crime in Cleveland.
I mean, let's be honest, you don't like him because he's flashy? Because he has a nice watch better than yours? I mean, he is a rich kid who's really earned it. And that's why people should actually be
So, fans are furious, calling for her head. And Shedeur, he just proved why he's the real face of leadership, on and off the field.
Of his teammates and has been an excellent leader on the field, looks like it off the field. It's not easy walking in the
Well, weeks now after that deadly explosion at an apartment complex in Cleveland's Garden Valley neighborhood, the families impacted by this are getting some help from one of the newest members of the Cleveland Browns.
Here's what Mary Kay conveniently left out while dragging Shedeur. On June 23rd, a deadly explosion tore through the Rainbow Terrace apartments, destroying 44 units, displacing over 40 families, and killing a man who died trying to save others. This wasn't a minor incident. It was a full-blown tragedy. And Shedeur? He wasn't even in Cleveland when the explosion happened, but the moment he found out, he made it a priority to return and show up in person. Without fanfare or press, he stepped directly into the devastated community and took action. While Shedeur led with quiet purpose, Mary Kay Cabot dismissed his efforts, framing them as unnecessary. And that's exactly when public backlash against her began.
And took the life of one man, hospitalized others. But through that tragedy, the community is coming together, as you can see right now, for this event with the help of Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur.
What Shedeur did next wasn't some photo op charity drive. It was full-scale, boots-on-the-ground community relief. He personally organized the Garden Valley Fun Fest just days after the fire, using his own money and platform to turn devastation into hope. There were food trucks, barbers giving free haircuts, bounce houses for the kids, school supplies, even legal aid booths for displaced families, and none of it was for show. Shedeur didn't just show up, he built something.
He's coming together. Sanders said it was important to him to not only help these families that are in need, but to show their time, give his time, and get out here and touch the community, which is something the community itself appreciates.
And the wildest part? He didn't promote it with a flashy campaign. He dropped one simple post on Instagram, invited the city, and let the action speak for itself. While other rookies were chasing brand deals or clout at the ESPYs, Shedeur was throwing footballs with local kids and giving a broken community something to smile about.
Expect a quarterback to do during the break, and that is working on your game. And I'm sure wherever Dylan is, that's what he's doing. Same thing with Kenny, same thing with Joe. They're all doing whatever they need to do to be ready to go.
But instead of celebrating that leadership, Mary Kay Cabot spun the story backwards. She called it unnecessary. She downplayed it like it was some selfish distraction, like being there for people in crisis was somehow beneath a quarterback. That take didn't just miss the mark. It revealed exactly how disconnected she is from what real leadership looks like. And fans? They weren't quiet about it. Not this time. Comments started flooding in, dragging her for being petty and bitter and completely out of touch. One even said, she needs to be fired. All she's doing is creating a hostile environment for Shedeur. At that point, it wasn't just about her credibility. It was about her relevance.
There's no need to be in Cleveland right now. The rookies, again, report on Friday.
The real problem wasn't that Shedeur skipped the ESPYs. It's that he didn't ask for permission to lead. He didn't follow the NFL's unwritten rulebook where rookies stay quiet, smile on cue, and play the PR game. He chose action over optics, and that shattered the media's comfort zone. Mary Kay wasn't shaken by Shedeur's charity. She was shaken by the quiet power behind it. No press, no performance, just purpose. Shedeur didn't play the media's game. He rewrote the rules, proving that real influence doesn't need their spotlight to shine.
Legendary Deion Sanders' son, Shedeur Sanders, were doing some great things in the community of Cleveland.
You can see fans are appreciating him, but the moment Mary Kay dismissed Shedeur's community work, fans made it clear. They weren't just watching, they were keeping receipts. Comment sections turned into firestorms, not because Shedeur said anything, but because the people saw exactly what was happening. He showed compassion, and she showed contempt, and that contrast didn't sit right with anyone. The comments of fans hit harder than any press conference. Keep helping Cleveland because they're gonna be there for you, bro. That wasn't just praise. That was a community claiming him as their own. And on the flip side, she needs to be fired. All she's doing is creating a hostile environment for Shedeur. The backlash wasn't random, it was earned. If you think it's time to stop letting washed-up insiders control the story, then do something about it. Like, comment, and subscribe right now. Because Shedeur isn't just rewriting the script, he's burning the old one. And trust me, that fire's already spreading.
He's winning the city of Cleveland over. He's winning the surrounding cities of the surrounding suburbs of Cleveland. He's winning those pants over.
The moment fans saw through the noise, they didn't just react. They responded by rejecting the narrative and rallied behind the one person who actually showed up when it mattered, Shedeur Sanders.
And put our resources together so we can heal the community. And having a relationship and having a relationship with Shedeur Sanders where you now know that he's in your community, he understands what's going on in your community. He's been there, it's different, it's so great.
By now, it was obvious. The usual tricks weren't working. The media tried to frame Shedeur's leadership as a distraction, but the public wasn't buying it. You could feel the tension behind the headlines, like the system didn't know how to respond to someone doing the right thing without asking for applause. That's because Shedeur broke the formula. He wasn't playing their game, and they had no clue how to handle that.
Shedeur Sanders is killing it off the field, ladies and gentlemen. When Shedeur took out,
he didn't give them the usual red carpet moment, the cookie-cutter soundbite, or the staged charity clip in designer clothes. Instead, he gave them authenticity. And for a media structure built on controlled narratives and manufactured drama, that's a threat. This wasn't a rookie trying to go viral. This was a young leader stepping outside their blueprint and proving he didn't need their permission to make a difference. And that's where the panic kicked in. Because if Shedeur's kind of leadership becomes the new standard, the old playbook crumbles, and people like Mary Kay lose their grip on the story.
5 days, everything is free. They just wanted this to be a fun, uplifting community event for these people that truly have been through so much.
Of course, everybody know about the situation, everything that happened here. And
let's be real. This wasn't Shedeur going rogue. This was him exposing just how scripted everything else really is. And that's exactly why it rattled the usual players. Because Shedeur didn't just participate. He recentered the spotlight on action over approval. While others waited for media validation, he bypassed the middlemen and connected directly with the people. That kind of authenticity doesn't fit into the old template. It shatters it. And suddenly, every overproduced media piece looked hollow next to a quarterback who didn't wait for permission to lead.
There's a lot of negativity, it's a lot of talk going on in the world. So then that's where I find my peace, my happiness, my joy is be able to have positive influence on the youth.
What started as a community moment has now become a full-blown identity shift, not just for Shedeur, but for what a modern franchise quarterback looks like. The NFL's been watching, and so have the sponsors. But instead of waiting for postseason stats or highlight reels, they're clocking something way bigger: influence.
The best we could in the small amount of time we had to make sure everybody's accommodated. It's bigger than football, it's bigger than football out here.
This wasn't just about throwing a football, it was about commanding respect without even stepping on the field. While rookies usually fade into the system and earn their moment, Shedeur flipped that script by walking in with his own. The face of the franchise isn't always the guy with the biggest arm anymore. Sometimes it's the guy who shows he's already leading off the field. Shedeur isn't just entering the NFL, he's leading a generational shift. Gen Z rejects old-school media control, and by going straight to the people, Shedeur proved he's not just relevant. He's redefining what leadership looks like in today's game. He's not trying to fit into the system. He's showing why the system needs to evolve to keep up with him.
I think it's wonderful. It's about time that, these kids look like they're having a great time down here. Because Julie is not just nice. So I'm loving it.
In just days, Shedeur Sanders did what most athletes never do. He made people believe in something real. Not in branding or media polish, but in action. He didn't wait for permission. He showed up, led with purpose, and fans saw the difference. Mary Kay tried to control the story, but the public chose their leader. Not the insider, not the reporter, the quarterback who actually showed up. Now the question isn't whether Shedeur can handle the spotlight, it's whether the system can handle someone who doesn't need it. He didn't just destroy Mary Cays' credibility, he exposed the game behind the game. And in doing so, Shedeur became the story. And the league? It's not just watching, it's catching up.